Welcome back to the Smelly Tele. Today we're learning how to play The Waiting by Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers. This has got some really cool lead figures from Mike Campbell, and Tom Petty's got some nice rhythm figures in here too. Very simple rhythm, so if you're a beginner, right up your alley. For a more intermediate player, Mike Campbell's stuff is going to be really interesting, but much easier to learn than you think it is. If you like these lessons, please make sure to hit the like and subscribe button because it helps me continue to make more guitar lessons for you. If you want the tabs, you can head over to Patreon, or you can join as a YouTube member, look for the practice tracks, and the tabs will be linked in the descriptions there. That's enough talking. Let's go play some guitar. The intro to The Waiting sounds like this. Okay, and the rhythm here is interesting. Tom Petty is playing 3 eighth notes, a quarter note, and then 3 more eighth notes for a total of 8. The quarter, remember, is 2 eighth notes. An eighth note is just half of a quarter, simple. So we play the 3 to start, then we do a quarter note, and then we go 3 more. And that pattern repeats all the way up until the last 2 measures here, and that's just when you play eighth notes all the way through. So with that in mind, it's going to sound like this. Okay, that's what your right hand's doing. Let's continue that. So we're going to go nice and slow. 2 and 3 and 4 and... So let's put some music to that. We're going to start this on the 8th note right before the measure starts on the 2nd fret of the low E string. Then we're going to play the G chord. We're going to hit it 3 times. Then we want to move our 3rd fret of the low E down to the 2nd fret. That's our quarter note. Then we play 3 more 8th notes, and we just need to hit the bottom half of the chord here. Then we go to an A chord. That was 3 times, 1, 2, 3, and then a D chord on the quarter note. Then 3 more eighth notes on the D. The next one with the G chord, we're just going to play the G right away. There's no pickup note going into this. We just come right in on that G. And it's 3 eighth notes. So 3, 2, 1. Drop that low E note down to the 2nd fret, 3rd fret to the 2nd fret. That's your quarter note. 3 more eighth notes on the upper half of the G chord. Then this time when we play the A chord, we're going to leave our ring finger down on the 3rd fret of the B string. That's 3 eighth notes. Then we're going to lift up that 3rd fret off the B string and play the quarter note. Then we're going to come back into the G chord, straight into it, no pickup note. Then we got the A chord to the D chord. Remember, it's 3 eighth notes on the A, and then we hit the quarter note on the D, and then 3 more eighth notes on the D. Back to the G chord, 2nd fret. Now we're at the last part of the intro, and we're just going to hold down this A chord. We're going to add this 3rd fret of the B string the whole time, and we're just going to strum out eighth notes here. So it's... Okay, so real slow, it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, and that's the intro. So let's do that nice and slow. 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1. Then we're into the verse, and you're going to hear Tom Petty sing, "Oh, baby, don't it feel like heaven right now? Don't it feel like something from a dream? Well, I've never known nothing quite like this. Don't it feel like tonight might never be again? Baby, we know better than to try and pretend. Honey, no, you have told me about this. Say, yeah, 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 yeah." Okay, that's easy. It's just A chords, G chords, and a D chord. Then you're going to go from a B minor chord, and you're going to pick up the middle finger, ring finger, and pinky finger, and just play the bar all the way across the 2nd fret there. So when we're counting these out, we're playing the first chord right on the first beat of each measure. And then we're playing the next chord between the 2nd and 3rd beats in the measure. It's right on the and, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. And that and is important. It's just an 8th note right between the 2nd and 3rd beat. And then you're going to play it again on the 4th measure just for the A chords to start this one. Then it's similar for the G, but we're just going to play the first beat of the measure. And then for the D chord, we're going to play that right between the 2nd and 3rd beats of the measure. That's also on the and note or the 8th note between the 2nd and 3rd beat. So if I count it out real slow, it sounds like this: 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1, 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2, 3, 3 and 4. And these are all just eighth notes. I like to mute the strings a little bit when I play these A chords here over the 8th notes leading into the chorus of the song. So it sounds like this. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4. And the strumming pattern in the chorus is exactly the same as the verse. We're just going to keep everything very simple in these chords here. We're just going to play the first beat, and then we're going to play that 8th note between the 2nd and 3rd beat. So it sounds like this. Yeah, 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 the waiting is the hardest part. Every day you get one more card. Here's the 4th one. The waiting is the hardest part. Okay, and that verse and chorus repeat, so you can play that twice through. Then you get to the break before the guitar solo, and that's when Tom's singing, "Don't let him kill you, babe. Don't let him get to you. Don't let him kill you, babe. Don't let him get to you." So that's just your B minor chord with that bar on the 2nd fret. Okay, B minor chord, bar 2nd fret. One more time. Then we're going to get 2 A chords in here, followed by 2 D chords, 2 G chords. Then we've got an F sharp major chord, 8th notes. Okay, and this pattern over the guitar solo, it follows the strumming pattern of the verse. It's pretty much an exact copy. So we got G, D, A, G, D, A, G, D, B minor, 2nd fret bar, B minor, 2nd fret bar, G chord, G again, then we got the A chord, then we've got another chorus here, 2, 3. The waiting is the hardest part. Every day you get one more card. Take it on faith, take it to the heart. The waiting is the hardest part. And then the last time we go, well, the waiting, that's a G and a D chord. Then we're going to play an A, and we're just going to play the 8th notes. This is going to be 2 measures of 8th notes. Then we're going to play this last line just like the introduction of the song. Instead of having a lead-in note where you start with the 2nd fret of that low E string and go up to the 3rd fret of the low E string, you're just going to come right in on that G chord. Notice that changed a little bit. We didn't add that 3rd fret on the B string that time. We just played the regular A chord. Then we do that again. Okay, and then the outro of the song, we're just going to play the same chords as the chorus. So we've got G, D, A, D, G, D, A. Okay, so that again. 2, 3, 4. And between these G, D, and A, D chords, we're going to be using the 4th beat of each of these to be playing an extra chord in there. So we've got strum on the 1, strum between the 2nd and the 3rd beat, that 8th note right between 2 and 3. And then we're going to strum again on the 4th beat in here. And we're going to carry that all the way through the outro here. So the outro is G, D, A, D, G, D, A, G, D, A, D, G, D, A, G, D, A, D, G, D, A, G, D, A, D, G, D, A. Now we're faded out pretty much by this time. And that's all the rhythm parts for Tom Petty in The Waiting. Let's switch over to the lead stuff from Mike Campbell. The first riff in the song sounds like this. Okay, to play that, we're just playing the 14th fret of the G string and the 17th fret of the high E. We're going to keep this shape. These are octaves. We're going to slide this up to the 19th fret of the high E, 16th fret of the G, and then back down to the 17th fret of the high E, 14th fret of the G. Now we're going to go down to the 15th fret of the E string, 12th fret of the G, down to the 14th fret of the E, 11th fret G, 12th fret E, 9th fret G, 10th fret E, 7th fret G, then the 5th fret high E, 2nd fret G. So again, all together, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. And then Tom's going to start singing. We're going to mirror him on guitar with A chords, then a G, D, and that's it. Nice and simple. Keep going. Yeah, I've never known nothing quite like this. Don't it feel? B minor chord, then down to the bar on the 2nd fret, just the bar. Again, B minor, bar, then a G. Better than to try and pretend. Then we're going to play the A here, and we're not going to start strumming every 8th note. We're going to play a little bit off rhythm and just kind of accent what he's doing. So it sounds like this. Then you're going to hear these lines in the choruses. They sound like this. Again. Then you got the opening riff. Okay, to play those, it's just the 3rd fret of your E string, 3rd fret of the B, and the 2nd fret of the G, and you're going to pick each one of those out. Then we got the E string, 2nd fret, 3rd fret of the B, 2nd fret of the G. Then we're going to go down to the A chord. This is an open E, 2nd fret of the B, 2nd fret of the G. Then we got the D chords twice. And a quick note on this, Mike Campbell's musical line here sounds like na 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 na. Okay, that's important to note because what you don't want to do here is go na 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 and come back up to where you were before. He wants to walk a steady line down, and if you do that properly, you're going to hear. What you won't hear is. Okay, that's a nice round circle, comes back to where we were before, but Mike's walking a steady line down. So I want to point that out because when we come to the top, you're playing the 3rd fret to the 2nd fret of the high E. Then we got the open high E and this last D chord. You're just strumming those first 3 notes. You're excluding that note on the high E. Okay, and that helps it make it sound like you're walking in a straight line. All right, so continuing on, it's the same thing in the next line. Then we're going to play the open E, 2nd fret B, 2nd fret G, and then an open A. Okay, play the beginning part again. Then we've got the opening line, the intro to the song, same thing. Okay. Second verse is exactly the same as the first verse, and the chorus is exactly the same as the first chorus. Where it starts changing again is when Tom starts singing, "Don't let him kill you, babe." And you're just playing the B minor chord, and then you're going to play the 2nd fret barred all the way across. And then you're going to hear Tom sing, "I'm a crying fool." That's just an A chord. And you're going to hear him walk up to a D chord. Then Mike's going to walk up to a G. Okay, and to do that, it's just your A chord first. Then we're going to play the 2nd fret of the A, 4th fret of the A, then a D chord. And then walk up to the G, it's an open E, 2nd fret E string. Then we're going to strum the G chord. So it's not going to be, you're going to strum that chord right away. And then if you want to play the F sharp major chord, you could play it there before the chorus. You don't want to start driving it with eighth notes because you need to give yourself time to get out of that and up to the guitar solo position. And the guitar solo sounds like this. Okay, and to play that, we're going to play the 15th fret of the B string and the 12th fret of the high E. We're going to bend that 15th fret up a full bend. And at the top of this bend, we're going to play the double stop here 2 more times. Then play it 2 more times, and on the second one, you're going to release that 15th fret bend. Then we're going to do a double stop on the 10th fret of the B and E string, and we're going to hammer on to the 12th fret of the B string for the first one. Then we're going to play this double stop with the 12th fret of the B string down, 10th fret of the high E. Then play your 10th fret double stop 4 times. Then we're going to play this 15th fret B, 12th fret high E with the 15th fret bending a full bend. With the bend on, we're going to play this 2 more times and then release that bend. Then we got the 12th fret of the high E, 14th fret, 15th fret to the 14th fret. And adding a little vibrato there is very important. Having just a stale note, it's a little bit too pretty. You want to get it moving there. Then we're going to play the 14th fret to the 15th fret of the E string. Play that 15th fret again, slide it up to the 17th fret, and play that 17th fret 2 more times. Now we're going to play the 17th fret 3 times, and the third time we're going to give it a full bend and a release. Play the 17th fret 1 final time with a little vibrato. Then my favorite part of the solo, we're going to play the 12th fret B string, 14th fret high E, and we're going to pull off that 14th fret to the 12th fret E. Play the 12th fret B. Now we're going to play a double stop on the 12th fret B and E strings. We're going to hammer on the 15th fret of the B string. Play the 12th fret of the B 2 more times. Then we're going to play the 12th fret of the B and the 14th fret of the high E. Pull off that 14th fret to the 12th fret. 15th fret of the B string. Double stop on the 12th fret of the B and the E string. Hammer on to the 14th fret of the E string. Then the 12th fret of the B. And we're going to repeat that line. Then we got the droning notes here. We're going to play the B string and E string open. You're going to hammer on the 2nd fret of the B string. Then we're going to slide the 2nd fret up to the 3rd fret. You're going to play the high E here again. 3rd fret of the B up to the 5th fret. Play that high E. 5th fret to the 7th fret with the high E. 7th fret to the 8th fret. 8th to the 10th. 10th to the 12th. 12th to the 14th. And play that double stop up there. 14th fret with the open E string behind it. 14th fret B. Then we're back to the chorus. We learned this already. Now the chorus line is going to change a little bit. This is very easy. Sounds like this. Okay, to play that, it's the 10th fret of the E, 10th fret of the B, and then we're going to play the open A string. So 10th E, 10th B, open A, and repeat that. Second time, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Then we're going to play a double stop here on that 10th fret B, 10th fret E, hammer on to the 12th fret of the E string. Play that double stop on the 10th fret E and B again 2 times. We're going to drop down to the 5th fret of the B and hammer on to the 7th fret. Back down to the 5th fret. Slide the 7th fret up to the 9th fret on the A string. And then get the D chord, 7, 7, 7, D, G, and B string. And then you hear Tom sing, "The waiting is the hardest." You could play an A chord down there if you want to. You don't have to. And then Tom's going to start strumming his guitar. And you're going to hear this little piece over the top of Tom strumming. It sounds like this. Okay, the end there, you guys know that already. So what we just did there was we played the 14th fret of the G, 15th fret of the B, 15th fret of the high E. We're going to play this 3 times with a palm mute. Then we're going to take the pinky finger off and let the 14th fret of the high E come through with this chord. Play that 5 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then we're going to get the A chord, 14th fret of the G, 14th fret of the B 3 times. 1, 2, 3. Back to the D chord, 14G, 15B, 14E. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Add your pinky finger on the 15th 3 times. 1, 2, 3. Down to the 14th fret. Remove that pinky finger 5 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then add the 17th fret at the top. We're going to play this 8 times. As you approach the end, the 6th, 7th, and 8th, you want to start pulling your palm mute off so that you can get back to that octave sound. So that's going to sound like this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And then at that point, you've pulled your middle finger off of the entire chord there, and you're just playing the octaves. And that part we know. We're going to go 1, 2, 3. Again. And the last time sounds like this. And that's nothing complex. We're just going to slide up to the 19th fret on the high E, and the 14th fret's going to slide up to the 16th fret of the G. Then we're going to drop down to the 15th fret of the high E, 12th fret of the G. 14E, 11G. 12E, 9G. Then we're going to get to the 10th fret of the E, 7th fret of the G. We're going to play that twice. And then drop down to the 5th fret of the high E, 2nd fret of the G. That's all the lead lines for the waiting. One, two, three.